So, how much does an LS4 swapped Fiero weigh? Let's find out.
That's bad.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we are, I don't know if you guys could hear that on video. There was a sport bike that just went by doing like $1.50. Anyway, what's going on, guys? Today we are going to be weighing the LS4 swapped Fiero. Mostly as an excuse to take a break, because right now, well, take a break from taking a break. Let me elaborate. So I have been for probably the last 10 days just nonstop on this thing, trying to get it done. And there's really two things holding me up. One, the cooling system. There's air pockets that I can't get out. That's not the big thing. The big thing is the Holley not controlling the transmission. Might have to get like a CompuShift standalone transmission controller. Not the end of the world, but it's an extra $1,000 that kind of sucks. The thing that's cool about it though is they make a cable that plugs into the Holley so that you can get all the like TPS, RPM, stuff like that, sensors from the Holley. So basically you just need to hook up, I assume, like power and ground to the CompuShift and then plug it into the transmission and basically good to go. So that's pretty cool. So going to talk to the owner, see what he's thinking, because I can't get this thing to control the transmission no matter what I do. Very annoying. Like, honestly, enraging, because I feel like I'm a pretty intelligent guy for the most part. You know, most of the time I can figure things out. That is driving me bonkers. Anyway, that's not what we're here today. So I was getting frustrated with that, and I was like, I'm going to set this thing here for a couple days, take a break on it, stew. We're going to get to work on Brandon's Mustang. This thing, nitrous big block. He brought it up here to wire it up, get the motor mounted, get the trans mounted, make a parachute mount. Big thing is wire it up, which you hear, you know, old school carbureted nitrous vehicle, real easy. There's like 4 wires to run the whole thing. Yeah, the F right, man. Just F all the way off with that. Just right there, because of the way he's got the fogger set up, right there's 10 wires. More wires for the water pump, more wires for the fan, more wires for the lights, starter, all that. Here's wires for the race pack. There's all these wires off the leash nitrous controller or progressor or whatever. There's so many damn wires. What else? Modify the parachute mount. Probably gonna have to pull the bumper off to really get to this and get some braces and stuff in there to extend it out here, so that this thing has a proper parachute and it doesn't just rip the bracket off when he pulls the lever. I don't know. Some days I think that might not be such a bad thing. But anyway, I was just looking through the comments of the last video where we took this thing on its first drive. It was amazing, huge success, if you ignore that it didn't want to shift and it kept overheating. But we made it back, which was sweet, sounded awesome. Nothing really major wrong with it, just those 2 little inconveniences, I guess. And I saw that someone commented, I wonder how much the thing weighs and like what the weight bias is. And generally, the whole time that I was putting this car together for Sean, I didn't really care what it weighed. I mean, I expect it to be relatively light, but I didn't like necessarily concern myself with how much the thing weighed. I don't know if I even weighed my blue car. Not that that thing was ever like finished. This thing is, aside from the trunk lid here, which is 40 pounds, maybe 50 pounds. Aside from that, this thing is full weight. But yeah, I guess, why not? Let's see what this thing weighs. I've got an idea on what I think it's going to weigh. I think you guys can leave your guesses in the comments below what you think it's going to weigh, what you estimate the like weight percentages would be. I think my best guess would be, I think it's going to be like 2950 to 3000 in that range. The stock engine was an all-iron V6. We are all aluminum V8 now, so I don't think we gained much, if any, weight there. The transmission is probably a lot heavier than the stock one, so we might have gained a little bit there. The weight bias, I would say this thing's probably like 55, 57% on the rear. But the thing that's cool about this is we don't have to just guess. In that black box right there is a set of scales. So let's get this thing jacked up and see what it actually weighs. Let's turn this on. We'll let it kind of acclimate and warm up while we jack the car up. Would have been smarter to do this while it was still on the hoist. But here we are. Is a little bit more annoying to jack up. All right, not going to look at it just yet. I'm going to set the trunk on it, and then we'll check it out. All right, this thing is as complete as it's going to get. The vents are in the trunk. Last chance, leave your guesses in the comments below for total weight and weight bias. Like I said, I'm thinking about 2950 with about 55% on the rear. Let's go check it out. Ooh, lighter than I thought. About 80 pounds lighter than I thought. Well, about 100 pounds lighter than I thought, because I initially said like 2950 to 3000. But look at that weight bias. We're 59.3 on the rear. That's crazy. Can you guys see that? Sorry. So with driver, it'll be, I mean, I don't know how much Sean weighs, but like approximately like 3050, 3100. That's not bad. And that is a lot of rear weight bias. Wow. I've had the thought a few times of one of these for like a no prep car, but I am not smart enough to know how like an IRS rear end works as far as like anti-squat and stuff like that, or if it's just whatever you have, because it's not like a normal 4-link or ladder bar setup where it's impacting the chassis or anything like that. It's all just, it's kind of just there. So maybe it has completely neutral anti-squat, I don't know. But I have thought that one of these would be super sick with like a 4T80, which is like the 4L80 front wheel drive version. But with the LS4, it's 5.3 with a good turbo. One of these on a no prep could be pretty damn good. And like, this is bone stock. There's no weight pulled out of this at all. If I had unlimited funds, it's definitely something that I would look into or think about trying to build. Unfortunately, I have very limited funds and increasingly limited time. But yeah, imagine something like this. You could strip a bunch of weight out of it, cut it down to like even 2,800 pounds with the 4T80, a nice big turbo. You could even put the turbo up front to get like fresh air or something. And it's a lot of charge pipes, but it's no different than like Gap Train or some of the trucks that run the turbos in the bed. And then you've got damn near 60% on the rear with like even 1,000 horsepower, even 800 horsepower. That kind of percentage on the rear, you could leave damn near straight tires on this thing. Anyway, we got our answer of how much an LS4 swapped Fiero weighs. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking, all that stuff. I'll see you guys next time.